spectacular. Can't you see I'm going far? Look at me, I'm a winner. Look at me, I'm so high, oblivious to my surroundings as I watch it all pass me by. Running away from the sun, can't run it from one trip. I'm running and I'm running and running. I'm running and I'm running around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. And run one more trip around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. I'm running around the sun. Computer rap, kill them all until they're dead. Put another bullet in their heads. Call it entertainment instead. Computer rap, get them high, hang them till they're dead. Put another chemical in their heads. Call it, that's entertainment instead. Look at me, I'm famous. Look at me, I'm the shit. Look at me, got 1 million followers. That must mean that I'm so rich. Look at me, I'm a failure. Look at me, I don't snitch, not for anybody, yo. Look at me, I'm a freak. Don't look away, I might be dead by next week. So running away from the sun, can't run it from one trip. I'm running and I'm running and running. I'm running and I'm running around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. And run one more trip around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. I'm running around the sun. Computer rap, kill them all until they're dead. Put another bullet in their heads. Call it entertainment instead. Computer rap, get them high, hang them till they're dead. Put another chemical in their heads. Call it, that's entertainment instead.
Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in to the Jaguar Wright Effect. We'll be starting in just a couple of seconds. As soon as this musical selection to open up the night is done, I just wanted to take the time to say, let's pay attention. Let's look at what's happening in the world. A lot of funny stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? But I think we just need to be a little bit more mindful, kind of like these lyrics are saying.
Wait from the sun, can't run it for one more trip. I'm running and I'm running. I'm running and I'm running around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. And run one more trip around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. I'm running around the sun. Computer rap, kill them all until they're dead. Put another bullet in their heads. Call it entertainment instead. Computer rap, get them high, hang them till they're dead. Put another chemical in their heads. Call it, that's entertainment instead.
Salute, 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 and welcome back to the Jaguar Wright Effect. Whether you be on YouTube, whether you be at the show, whether you be in the effect, whether you just be kicking it. Welcome back, one and all. I wanted to start today off with a mindfulness, a thoughtfulness in art. I've been an artist, I guess my whole life, honestly, but a professional artist since 1991. I got picked up as a writer by BMI in 1994, 32 years ago. I've had publishing deals, I've had record deals. I am part of the industry, even though I am a defunct part. Like Michael said, I chose to use this avatar tonight in honor of all of the young artists who become, in my opinion, sacrifices to the machine. This was me as a sacrifice to the machine. I was 23, 22, 23 years old. It's insane when you really think about it. "30 years went so fast. So very fast. And I'm telling you right now, in my honest and humble opinion, I think the only reason I'm still alive now is because I escaped it. The death of Hayden Panettiere, little Southern girl, little teeny thing, but a juggernaut in her own right. From starting out as a young artist, a child star. I wanted to be a child star. Thank God my father cared about me. And I don't say that to be cruel or to be mean. But I'm going to tell you something right now. As far as I'm concerned, parents who offer their children up to the machine, they're not worried about the kid. They're worried about the money. I think so often we get caught up into, the idea of what success is, So many people think that success is money. And they think that the more money you have, the more successful you are. And I'm telling you right now, that is not the true measure. It's not. You know how many people I know that are wealthy as I don't know what and can't even manage to have a decent relationship with anyone in their life, whether it be a spouse, their children, their so-called friends. There are so many people I know that have so much money, and yet they don't even enjoy their lives. They spend their money trying to find ways to make themselves happy. A doctor, a surgeon, a wardrobe, a trip, cuisine, pharmaceuticals, libations, intimacies that are usually more exploitive than anything else. I think people have just fallen for it. When you look at the dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust," but what God are they talking about? With the eye of Horus at the top of a pyramid, that rock symbol, see? This little girl was a very valuable commodity. She started with Denzel Washington. She worked with everybody. She kind of reminds me of me to a certain extent, except she started earlier than me. The big question that I have is if she had been able to get away from all that was holding her, would she still be alive? They keep saying no foul play. It's so funny how now, like, people are showing up dead and it's looking, kind of suspicious, kind of weird. And the first thing anyone has to say is no foul play, no foul play. I'm still trying to understand how I missed all of her viral interviews from earlier this year. I promise you, I hate these algorithms. I think it would be great for production in the house, if it's possible. Can we pull up some of her interviews that she did earlier this year when she was on her book tour? If at all possible. I want you guys to hear what she had to say from her own mouth. I just don't know how I missed this. But I find it funny that while she was out doing her book tour, and she was talking about a lot of things, and I mean a lot of things. She was talking about her alcoholism. She was talking about her fight with pharmaceuticals. She was talking about her postpartum depression, everything that she went through, bringing her daughter here, talking about the difficulties in her life before she did Nashville, the difficulties in her life after Nashville. I was listening to a content creator talking about her on the series Heroes and how it resonated for them. And they were saying that, if you could save, they were saying, if you could, basically, if you could save one person from being human teleported, you could save the world. If you could save one girl from being human teleported, you could save the world. I find it interesting because I never watched Heroes. Like, I'm not going to lie. I stay away from so much in pop culture. Like, I do not watch it unless I have a reason to, unless I think there's some kind of symbolism or something attached that might be of importance or value. Like, I really don't get into getting caught up into these parasocial relationships. I just don't. Before social media, we had television and we had movies, and we would watch shows over and over, and we would watch movies over and over, and we would identify, right? We would identify with the characters, see ourselves as them. Let's take a listen to Hayden in her own words.
I worked so hard to create this incredible life and career, and I burnt it all to the ground. Don't believe what you see in a picture. There's so much more going on. So much more. For the first time, I was able to put into words what has been going on for the past decade. I was going to ask if I could read it.
I'd really appreciate that.
Okay.
I know those tears, but what I really saw was her fear. A lot of fear there. And I get it. I think part of the reason why I decided that we're going to start off talking about this today is I don't want to say it, and I don't want to sound like an asshole. And I don't want to sound like I'm being braggadocious in any way, or that I'm taking pleasure in any way. But the simple fact that this is what happened this week. I told you so. I told every last one of you so. Me sitting on the blue couch, sitting there, warning people about the dangers of the industry, warning people how easy it is to get rid of an artist, or to get rid of an actress, or to just get rid of any pop culture figure or media giant or personality. All you have to do is label them an addict, call it, an OD, and people will just accept it and they'll just move on. But nobody ever bothers to take the time to ask, how did they end up on substance? She was a child star. She was managed by her family. Now, I wasn't going to get into no conspiracy theories. I was just going to see what they came up with, and I was going to let it go. But I'm looking at the lineup, and it ain't looking good. What, 3 months ago? What were we all grappling with? The Jeffrey E. files. And media trying to find an active, proactive, and aggressive manner in turning our society away from talking about any of that at all. They even bothered to go and create this whole hoopla around Nancy Guthrie and this elderly woman. TMZ. Guess what? That kidnapping? Oh man, that was their first aggressive course correction, with people talking about the Jeffrey E. files and what was going on. And now it's looking like the woman is deceased, but still ain't nobody. Like it's crazy how active they are, how proactive they are in changing people's perception, in being able to take people's heads and turn it in the other direction. But this was around the time when they were really 3 months ago, was around the time when they were really trying to shut down these conversations and shut them down heavy regarding all of the teleporting and everything that happened, and the essay that happened that we were learning about in the Jeffrey files. And the simple fact that her book came out and she went viral and I totally missed it. I'm still tripping. I don't know how I missed it, because I would have been talking about this. Matter of fact, I would have been actively trying to reach out to her. Like, I hate the fact that I missed this, because I would have loved to have been able to have a conversation with her. Because even as brave as she was to say the things that she was saying, she was still too afraid to give names. Even in her book, she gave pseudonyms. She gave other names, fake names, to the people that took advantage of her, that preyed upon her. And part of the reason why I'm not going to let this go, and why I'm going to have this conversation, was because I heard the name Diana Jenkins.
Yeah, you were more in, you knew more about this person than I did. You have a more in-depth knowledge of this person. I was very unaware. I knew she had ties, and I'm talking about Hayden. She had ties with someone associated with Nexium, and I was going to go down that rabbit hole. But when you mentioned her and you started talking about, I was like, oh,
Well, we need to talk about Nexium as well, because we're going to connect all of the dots, and we're going to make sure that this doesn't go unchecked. I want people to see how active they are. Now, I want to share a screen right quick.
Go ahead.
Because I want to introduce you guys to this woman who I believe goes by the name Stella That's the name she gave her in the book, Stella. Sanella Diana Jenkins,
Mm.
Bosnian entrepreneur and philanthropist. That's what they call them. That's what they
Mm.
call them. Just to give you a little background, she was born in 1973, so she's age 53 years old. She has the two kids, Ines and Anaya. Now, she has her son, who's much older, who she had with the wealthy man that she got involved with. Bruh. She got that look, don't she? Let's just give a little background here. Okay? Very Bosnian. Okay, so Diana Jenkins is a Bosnian entrepreneur and philanthropist who was born and raised in Bosnia. And oh goodness, why is it
From
Herzegovina?
Bosnia, Herzegovina.
Yeah, Herzegovina. It's pronounced
Herzegovina.
different.
Yeah.
But anyway, she resides in California now. Jenkins fled her home country during the siege of Sarajevo and immigrated to London, where she studied at City University in London. Her career: after graduating with a degree in computer science and economics from City University, London, Jenkins acquired the swimwear line Melissa Odebash. In 2009, she created and launched the Neuro line of functional beverages based in Sherman Oaks, California, where she is president and CEO. Jenkins is the founder and CEO of D Empire Entertainment, a music label.
Hmm.
In 2001, Jenkins joined the cast of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. For the 12th season, she made her debut in May 2022, right at the end of the pandemic. In January 2023, Jenkins departed the show after only one season. It was too much in her business. Jenkins and D Empire Entertainment produced Sevap Mitzvah, which was released in 2023. It won Best Short Film at the Humanitas Awards in October 2023. Her philanthropic activities: Jenkins established the Ernest Katic Foundation in 2002 in memory of her brother, who was unalive during the Bosnian War. The foundation provides funding to the medical facilities at the University of Sarajevo. In 2009, Jenkins was awarded the Peace Connection Prize by the Center for Peace and Multi-Ethnic Corporation. On May 5th, 2018, Jenkins was honored at the Advisory Council of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh, Jesus, I gotta really get that pronunciation right. Gala in Washington, D.C. for her continued support and philanthropic activities in the country. Along with George Clooney, Jenkins hosted an A-list fundraiser in Mayfair, London in 2008 for the victims of Darfur, raising over £10 million, which is somewhere around the $20 million mark. A little more, a little less, per se. Jenkins established the Sanella Diana Jenkins Human Rights Project at the University of California, Los Angeles. In August 2008, the clinic concentrates on legal advocacy, political advocacy, and documentation. Along with Richard Steinberg, Jenkins hosted the Sanilla Diana Jenkins Clinic on gender violence in Eastern Congo. The clinic has established the Restore the Village Project as a series of humanitarian interventions in villages affected by mass grape attacks, and is studying the effects of these interventions in order to determine how to best help communities in need and better understand the phenomenon of mass grape. I mean, she sounds like a dream, doesn't she? Immediately following the 2010 earthquake in Haiti, Jenkins and actor Sean Penn established the Jenkins Penn Haitian Relief Organization to deliver hospital supplies and provide medical care to displaced Haitians. She compared the long-term recovery in Haiti to that in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Vigovina. I'm going to get this right. Highlighted the need for basic humanitarian aid and argued that the U.S. military should not leave the country prematurely. In 2010, this goes on and on. Her work with Elton John for the AIDS Foundations, she's just. Now, this is the really interesting part. Jenkins produced a photography book entitled Room 23, photographed by Deborah Anderson. Many of the celebrities in the book are friends of Jenkins, including George Clooney and Elton John. Proceeds from the sale of the book benefit several philanthropic programs. In 2022, Jenkins founded the Sanella Foundation with a donation of $100,000 for the victims of Lion Air Flight 601. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm not. It was a terrible plane crash, but yeah, she donated 100 grand. Let's see. Let's get into her personal life a little bit. This is a very interesting Wikipedia she has. It's so very well sanitized. In 1999, Jenkins married Roger Jenkins, who was an executive at Barclays Bank. The couple met at the gym at the Barbican, where he was living after the end of his marriage to his first wife. During their 10-year marriage, they had 2 children together, son Ennis and daughter Inaya. And in 2020, Jenkins welcomed her daughter. Oh, yeah, I forgot. The little baby, Ileana, with her then boyfriend. Oh, they're not together anymore. Asher Monroe. The couple subsequently announced their engagement. Jenkins later suffered a miscarriage because she tried to get pregnant again. In August 2023, Jenkins gave birth to the baby girl, Elodie Mae Book. Yeah. So she's got 2 adult children and she got 2 baby children and a lot of space in between. And yeah, that book 23 though, really interesting. So what do you think? Looking at all of her accomplishments and such.
The Panettiere, she didn't name a specific person when she's, she
She
said
called her Stella.
Right, no, but this is making sense because in her memoir, the woman Stella met Hayden at an industry party, after which, they
Mhm.
became very close. She described Stella filling her social life with expensive dinners, alcohol, attractive / famous people, and high-end parties. So Hayden noticed that Stella's apparent career didn't seem capable of financing the lifestyle that she lived, and that Stella didn't talk much about her family or her background. Hayden also says that Stella routinely gravitated towards whichever rich or famous man was around, and would bring Hayden with her and introduce her. So that made Hayden suspicious after she felt like Stella had cultivated her trust and then basically essentially delivered her to that British singer that she wrote in the book. And she felt like she was treated like a call girl. So if you connected the dots, because like I said, I think I got a general idea who the British singer is, and we'll get to that, but I didn't even know, or I wasn't even thinking about Stella.
He's a songwriter.
Yeah. I have a list of people who it could potentially
What's his
be
name?
too.
Brent something Brent.
She didn't name the name, but
No, but I'm telling you who. Everyone is looking at it.
Who is
something it? Brent? Something Brent. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, everybody's talking about it, and everyone knows. No one's, and it's funny because literally in 24 hours, Diana Jenkins, her publicist, made a statement and said that if anybody tries to mention her name regarding Hayden Panettiere and that damn book and anything else, she's suing.
Well, Hayden publicly connected Diane Jenkins through the Room 23 project and launch.
Yep.
So how is she going to sue for facts?
Hold on a second. There we go, Jace. James Blunt. That's it.
Oh. Okay. So she said, because you said the British male singer was aged between 30 and 39 during 2008. So yeah, I think I had some names and I kind of was like, yeah, it's likely James Blunt. That was because he was 34 at the time.
This is the thing. Go ahead.
No, and the other one was just either Chris Martin, but no one placed him at that place because this happened at the south of France. And Robbie Williams.
Yeah, no.
He's doing the yacht circle things, but they haven't found no connection to him to Hayden on the yacht. So there's a bunch of people that it could possibly be.
There's a bunch of people that it possibly could be, but process of elimination, it's most likely James.
Well, yeah, in 08, they photographed him aboard a luxury yacht near Ibiza. So
and I told you what goes down in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Ibiza is a mess.
Yeah.
Ibiza.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ibiza. A lot of it go down in Ibiza. Ibiza is a hot spot too for human teleporting. Big hot spot.
But Ibiza's not the south of France. So
no, it isn't. But usually when people are doing their yacht trips, like they're going along the Gold Coast, they're moving around. It ain't
I'm gonna,
nothing.
I'm gonna say it's Chris Martin from Coldplay.
I don't
That's
think
what
it
I'm
would
gonna,
be.
that's what I'm gonna say.
I don't
But
think it would be him.
okay, I got
And the
you.
reason why I say that is because he's a serial monogamist.
Oh, okay.
He's a serial, like he's psycho. Like he likes to be with one person only. He's very, because he's a piece of shit as a person, essentially. That's why, him and, Gwyneth, they were able to make it a little bit, have those kids, but really, really, really just, in my opinion, low moral people, low
Yeah.
value moral people. And he is very, 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 like, I couldn't imagine him taking the chance, Chris Martin, with just doing a bunch of one-offs.
So how about this? She mentioned the Oscar-winning actor / director. She mentioned that person in the book. Now, who could that be? Because are you familiar with what she said about the famous actor who? What did he do? Did he try to kiss her on the lips or something? What happened with that?
I really want to do a deeper dive into this book. Like, I want to get into this book because I haven't read it. I've only gotten highlights now. I'm really behind when it comes to all of that. And I need to take a deeper look.
Well, you're gonna have to get the book for sure. And yeah, it's heavy. I did like just a brief summary, and yeah, she definitely was. They were trying to move her around, as you would say, in that whole little. And you could explain it. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm talking about. It's a sick situation with Hollywood, y'all, as far as how they do actresses, especially young actresses. She was 18. She probably was G-room to, like, they probably didn't do it sooner because I don't know.
Do you know who she spent a lot of time with too, on red
Who?
carpets and parties and such?
Who's that?
Rihanna.
Oh,
Rihanna.
wow.
Now we know that Rihanna popped up in the Jeffrey Files.
Yeah.
So I just want to see if Rihanna has made a statement.
Well, there's a lot of fans who've come through, and they've they've cried, they've made tributes. This whole little situation is sad though. Like, this was very unexpected. Like, when I saw it, I immediately hit you like, yo, dang, this is crazy. And it just it immediately made me think of who she was surrounded by. So that's why I sent it to you, and I know how you get down. And yeah, I didn't know she was around Rihanna. I didn't know of this.
Check this out. Rihanna did not make a direct public statement about Hayden Panettiere.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, the recent connection between them comes from an interview Hayden Panettiere gave shortly before her tragic passing at 36.
Mm-hmm.
Their history, right? Okay, so the connection between the two. The two first met on the set of 2006 teen comedy Bring It On, All or Nothing, which featured a young Rihanna in a cameo appearance. Right? So she made a comment in an interview regarding Rihanna. In an interview reflecting the movie's 20th anniversary, Panettiere shared that she still runs into Rihanna often. She revealed that no matter how much time has passed, Rihanna's very first question upon seeing her is always, "Oh, how's your mom?" A detail fans praised as a sweet example of Rihanna remembering personal details, which is interesting. How's your mom?
Mm.
The same mother who she had a very, very, very tumultuous relationship, who had her on those sets. The same mom that she said she couldn't trust. That's interesting.
Mm.
How's your mom?
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty. Yeah, that's why I said you definitely should get to the book, because the relationship she had with her mom, she ended up having to fire her mom, I believe.
Yep.
Very interesting.
And she ended up in a series of, or just, should I just say, I won't say a series, but she always seemed to end up with really, really, really aggressive and violent men.
Well, let's speak on that, because the latest news article, NBC Nightly News, I just saw it, and they interviewed the mother about this whole unexpected death. And again, I don't know if you gave let's just, let me reset and give context. Hayden was found on the 16th in an apartment in South Carolina, and there was reports of, I guess, a possible overdose involving her boyfriend Brian Hickerson, and from her estranged mother. There are statements from there, and the police report said it was cardiac arrest, possible overdose, and no foul play is suspected. I believe they're still investigating. And they said on and off boyfriend Brian Hickerson, and her brother Zach called 911, and they attempted life-saving measures. Brian Hickerson showed the police a bag of medication he said Panettiere was taking. And there's also so-called Narcan that was there. And most importantly, the mother she did an interview with NBC Nightly News, and she said that they have been trying their best to get Hayden away from Brian.
Yeah, they said it was a part of her past they were trying to leave behind. This is the thing. She kept running away from her family and running into these abusive men.
Mm-hmm.
The father of her child, who she was engaged to at one point in time, he put hands and feet on her.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a professional fighter. Then she ends up with this ex-con. Like, of all the people she could have ended up with, she kept ending up with these kind of people. And what I've come to learn is that when young women have been victimized heavily in the business, they'll tend to go for a barbaric, brutish kind of man. Like, I guess the best way to, I call it the Bane and Poison Ivy effect. Like Poison Ivy, she was the brains, and she was definitely lethal. But she had Bane there because Bane had the brawn. You know what I mean? That nobody could break down, that nobody could break through. So usually when you have women who have been heavily victimized in some way and do not feel safe, they'll keep a brutish man around. Someone that they know, come hell or come high water, it's going to break things. As long as they break it for them, they're okay. So, like, I just find that interesting. It's a matter of survival to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when the relationship becomes poisonous, becomes toxic, and then they start becoming abusive with you? You see what I mean? It's terrible. Now, the simple fact that she said that she was going sober and that there was Narcan present, and they're pretty much trying to like write it off to, or chalk it up to a relapse. When I hear about that and these details, you know what it makes me think about? Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Good one.
When he passed away.
Good one.
He had been sober for 20 years. And then all of a sudden he decides he's going to try, the Heron again. And caught a bad batch and took himself up out of here. After all those years being sober. And it's funny because nobody ever questioned anything. But they also didn't talk about his relationship with Anthony Bourdain. It's interesting how every time somebody is ready to name names, how every time somebody comes forward and is willing to say something, all of a sudden, boom, they're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote a book. Boom, out of here. You know what this is also giving to me? Kim Porter.
Oh, yeah.
It's giving Kim Porter.
Yeah.
Except for she got her book published. And meanwhile, all of this that she's saying and all of this that she's ready to start pointing out subtly, little by little, all of this is happening around the same time that they're trying to quiet down the Jeffrey E. Files exposure. Diddy's in jail. They were able to steer away from the SCX trafficking, everything for him. And let's not forget about Christy Knowings and Davy Chase. Does anybody know how long Davy Chase actually had AIDS? How long had she been on treatment? Did it just come out of nowhere? Did she get the kind of AIDS that Eazy-E had? I don't trust her manager either. Finding Lilu, he knew exactly where she was. She was living on Skid Row. Out of an RV. And staying away from everyone. What did I say about this trial, about that Diddy trial? It's probably some very, very, very damaging stuff. Because what have I been saying? I kept telling victims, it's okay to come outside now. It's okay to come outside now. And then boom, next thing you know, here it goes.
Yeah.
Nobody feels safe to come outside. People are afraid to tell the truth. You want to know why? Because they're watching it. They're keeping Harvey Weinstein real quiet too. And he had a lot to say to Candace Owens. And Candace Owens still has not made public all the things that he shared with her. Why not? You want to talk about chicks with dicks. You don't want to talk about that?
Oh, Lord.
You don't want to talk about that? You want to come up with every possible theory on what happened to your so-called best friend, and you've monetized the content around your so-called best friend into the millions now? She ain't talking about none of this. Why is Candace Owens not talking about any of this? You wanted to talk about Kanye, but you don't want to talk about nothing else? You think Harley Passek Pasternak is the only one running around doing this stuff. More importantly, if you were so worried about Harley Pasternak, why ain't you spending more time focusing on Harley Pasternak? Who are his new clients? Where is he at? Did he just also disappear like a fart in the wind? They are protecting the system. I mean, how do you guys feel about this? How are you guys really feeling about all of this? Like, I want to know. Let's take a little poll. Put a 1 in the chat if you think there's something suspicious about Hayden Panettiere's passing. Or I'm sorry, Panettiere's passing. Please forgive my dyslexia. It's working overtime tonight. Put a 1 in the chat if you think there's something strange. See, if there's one thing that I really know when it comes to Diana Jenkins, she's dangerous. I think a lot of people are forgetting what she did to Garcelle Bouvier, who was also a cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and the only black one there. She put bots. Let's not forget, she has a degree in computer sciences. She's pretty much no different than Diddy's baby mom, who's the mother of the baby love, who was running around, his little cyber terrorist, putting bots on everybody and doing all kinds of stuff. Just like Rock Nation, they have their crew. Diana Jenkins did that to her, and I mean, they were attacking, she had the bots attacking her children. All kinds of racial stuff. And then she sat up there and she tried to pretend. And then the next thing you know, the lawyers got involved, NDAs got involved, it got quiet, and she left the show. Now, I'm going to do a lot more research and a lot more digging. And any of you who are interested in Diana Jenkins from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, who I can tell, she went from having an old man to having a very young man. She's still popping out babies at 50 something. She's a Bosnian refugee and a bombshell beauty. She when I see her, she just looks like a James Bond villain. But when you look at her book, and I want to get that, I gotta get my hands on a copy of her book, Room 23, and I have to get a copy of Hayden Panettiere's book. We're going to take deeper dives. I don't know if we're going to do, if we do it on YouTube, it will be behind our members only, but most likely this is going to be a Patreon and a Kick project. Anybody who's grabbing any information, like anyone who wants to volunteer to help do any research on this, please, we need to jump in, because I'm telling you, I think we're going to find an intersection with Miss Jenkins and the world of the Jeffrey. You know, I'm watching how they're moving all of this around, the way I've been telling people this, Akshaya, it is most definitely an open secret. Yeah, she was a housewife, but because she got busted doing all of the stuff that she was doing, and it was messing up the way she was looking as a so-called philanthropist. Listen to me. They're all sketchy. They're all sketchy, and they've all been beards.
Now you were talking about the philanthropy side. You know, that's a cold cover. Like you really got to look at everybody who is in Hollywood, and if they come off on some philanthropy. The only one that I really could say that genuinely maybe it's Jaden Smith. Like I think he honestly has the heart, and he does it. You know, he has this "I love you" food stuff, and that's a good thing. But
tell you
when you have,
I'm suspicious of that boy.
Well, I know you are, but me just knowing, you know, I think he has a good heart. But when you started mentioning Diane Jenkins and Haiti, it got me thinking of the Clintons. It got me thinking of a lot of stuff that goes on with the snatching of the kids that they do in these different countries, and it's a well-known fact. So the philanthropy side is always something like, look, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on it. That's a cover.
Charity is usually code word for traffic to the king. It's nonprofit based, which makes it great for money washing. And they have fame and celebrity to cover it all up. And press releases.
And then it's usually something nefarious attached to it, like not the cut, but I was talking about the Rock Nation situation, the reform, that reform stuff. Now, two of the people that went through reform are attached to the lawsuit that is where they're suing Drake and State. I don't find that a coincidence. They are taking advantage of disadvantaged people who have criminal records and putting them in lawsuits.
Using them as pawns so that they become the rocks that they throw. So these so-called people and their philanthropy and their companies and all of this can hide their hands. Like it's ridiculous. But Diana Jenkins? Yeah, nah. And all of this is my opinion, which I am entitled to by my First Amendment right. Bitch, don't even think about trying to sue me. Because I stand my ground with your ass. She's, in my opinion, she's a whole racist. You got bots running around calling black children monkeys?
Wow.
She wild.
Oh, Kenzen pointed out, you're right. Garcelle is Haitian.
Garcelle is
and she wanted to get on over there, do some philanthropy over there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she's calling what? Black? Wow.
It's wild. I'm telling you, there's a whole lot attached to this. We've got Hayden, Christy, Davy Chase. We need to really look at these three young celebrity, and these are Hollywood kids.
Yeah, they're all child actors.
We need to find the link. I keep telling people, you got to go to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's making me sick because it's everything that I've been talking about, and it's getting to the point now where it affects my mental, because I call all of these things out. I say it for what it is. People say I'm crazy. They call me a liar. They want to ignore me. They want to listen to every bullshit this and every bullshit that. And then the next thing you know, people start coming up unalived again. And everybody's like, oh my God, get the fuck out of here.
Now, what you got to do is keep going, because the it's not, you're not, what you're saying is not falling on deaf ears. Your voice is powerful. It's just that these companies, who, in my opinion, since you talk about your opinion, my opinion, I think they're complicit when it comes to silencing particular voices, especially voices that have been ringing the alarm, like you. So just keep going. Don't get frustrated. I think you were, mentioning Job earlier this morning in one of your lives, and I just take well, not take his story for example, but you could take stories for example in general, as far as people trying to reveal, sound the alarm, and Noah, right? But
yeah. We're not even gonna talk about that blue child or the one with the blue hair. We ain't even gonna talk about it. Not today. We got these 3 little white girls to talk about. And I think that's the thing that people don't understand. This is a severe human issue.
Christy is black, right?
Oh, well, Christy is black. Yeah. My bad. I'm thinking about Christy Knowings.
Okay.
I seen something with her and her bra wearing husband. Jeez, please. We got serious issues in this world. We've got serious problems in this world, but these child actors are this is sad.
No, it is. They literally get used and abused. They get chewed up and spit out. Like I told you, Dana Plato. I feel so bad for her. I felt so bad for that young lady and her untimely demise. Gary Coleman too.
Was it untimely?
Well, that's what. See, but look. Again, Howard Stern is the biggest piece of shit ever. And I think he triggered. I mean, it was just a sad situation. If you don't know, that's why I say we should probably talk about that one day. Since we're going to, dig a little deeper into what happened, with this case, just child celebrity, child actresses, child actors, they get done so dirty, man. It's sad.
Yeah. Well, Akshaya says, did Hayden really have any sort of power to refuse what Diana Jenkins or other abusers told her to do? Is that not a form of enslavement? Well, if you listen to what she said in one of her interviews, she said because she was a child star and she was so used to taking orders and just doing what she was told to do, that she was already predispositioned to just, she had a predisposition to just go along with whatever she was said by whatever authority figure she felt she could trust. Now, the incident in the yacht, she stood up for herself, but she had to hide in the boat because there was nowhere to swim to. And it definitely is, in my opinion, a form of enslavement. I just, wait a minute. Didn't Howard Stern interview Kendrick Lamar recently? He did? Because I don't pay no attention to.
No, that wasn't recent. That was that was during Damn. They just released it recently. I seen it.
Which is crazy.
I mean, even in that interview, he was trying to kind of be lightweight, disrespectful, and talk about the fact that
low-key disrespectful.
Well, I mean, talk about the fact that Kendrick's dad was feeding Top Dog chicken to feed. Like he made like a little black joke, in my opinion, with that whole little situation. Chicken, Compton, black people. Yeah, like I said, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
He's the kind of person that don't never need to be broke. He always needs to have security. Always. Listen to me. Howard Stern and Adam 16, one and the same. It's just one got an AARP card and one's wife got an OnlyFans account.
Old pervert. One pervert, two pervert, old pervert, new pervert.
Yeah.
Or 1, 2, red pervert, blue pervert, whatever. I don't know. Either way. Yeah.
All these child stars, they have greedy parents. So yeah, guys, we're going to continue to keep putting this together, but I just want to say rest in peace.
Yeah.
To Hayden Panettiere.
I think Jag, when you speak on certain things, and maybe what we may have to do is put an alert out when it comes to like notifications, because you're right, like her book and everything that went on with her kind of slipped under our radar. I mean, we were focusing on other stuff too. That was May. That was May. So I just got to. I mean, that was my bad. I got to do a better job at catching, because, in all honesty, I think highlighting the plight of a lot of these former child celebrities, maybe they're current celebrities, but they've been so traumatized, and they just got to go with it. And then a lot of times, what y'all got to understand, the audience, what you got to understand is it's like they go through it, they survive it, or they have whatever they do, however they survive, because it's a sick situation. But however they cope, a lot of times they're encouraged to go recruit, go get others, and that's just what they do. That's what they do, and it's just a perpetual cycle. I mean, I think we all know this though, but I don't think people really understand. I don't think they understand the level. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Michelle Trachtenberg. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The one who played Harriet the Spy. She passed away last year. Yeah. It was we're going to keep on talking about this, and we're going to do our due diligence on connecting these dots. I got to get my hand on her book, and we need to get our hands on book 20, the book of Room 24.
Well, I'll go ahead and order it and get it delivered. Don't trip. Like,
it looks like a catalog of human flesh. It's a photography book of nothing but celebrities being photographed in this particular room. It's weird. It really is weird. Well, I don't know. You ready to move on to the next subject?
Yeah. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Reggie or Ray J?
Well, why don't we go to Ray J and give you a chance to, finish your maneuverings? That's a conversation we can have. Ray J,
Yeah.
let's get to Ray J. His weirdo self. I mean, not just Ray J. The whole shenanigans of last Saturday. And salute to all of the content creators who made themselves a nice little bit of money and got themselves some views off of that minstrel show that was disguised as a boxing event, a sporting event. See, I wasn't going to get involved in it. And I mean, listen to me. Our channel, we have enough content creators. We do. And we have enough subscribers and we have enough access to, algorithm to just jump in the mix with everybody else and just stream a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of stuff. But the truth is we really try not to be a part of the distraction. We really do. And as far as I'm concerned, look at these black men with the breastises. Orlando, he looked like he got shriveled up Ethiopian tata. Ray J, it just are they all on Respital? What they got going on? I don't have a Zeus Network application. I'm not downloaded. And guess what? I'm not going to. I won't spend a dime for it. So they got all kinds of stuff that's being said about the shenanigans of this fight. We really don't need to discuss much about Rayford and Orlando. Like, number one, that fight in itself, it doesn't even make any sense. Orlando's like 5'2", Ray J's like 5'9". The height differentiation between the two was absolutely stupid. Orlando was bent over like he was on a nag plowing a field. Ray J just sitting there throwing wild swings. They were barely connecting. They spent most of the fight, and they only did 3 rounds. They spent most of the fight out of breath. 3 rounds, they were out of breath. Sitting there looking at each other, and then every now and then jump in to justify, like it was stupid because somebody was like, "Oh man, yeah, that was comical, man. That was funny." Boxing matches aren't supposed to be comedy. Like, what is this? New Age vaudeville? I don't get it. You were out of breath from laughing. I was disgusted. I'm sitting there looking at y'all sitting out here, you grown man with titties. Yes, Carla, it was all staged. And I think that's the part that people aren't getting, that people really aren't paying attention to. All of this was staged. And I'm saying, in my opinion, every fight was rigged, including the main event with Claressa Shields. Like, I've just had enough. And it's so funny because there's a couple hey Kat, welcome in. There's a couple of rumors that are passing around that her gloves her gloves were fixed.
Or weighted?
Yeah. Because apparently she said she injured her finger. But you didn't say anything about having a finger injury before the fight. And she kept her gloves on the whole time. Usually in her fights, She does. I went and checked. There was another content creator was talking about it. She takes her gloves off right away. She had her gloves on the entire time. I think she might have even had them on during that sham of a press conference, which was insane. You could tell that whole thing was rigged. There was nobody from any real press corps there. Win Records sat there and they stacked it all up and they made it look like what they made it look like. Papoose was sitting there looking like what's his name? Looking like Steven from Django. Claressa just sitting there. Yeah. They're literally they were calling her the Muhammad Ali of female fighting. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
She can't even get no real knockouts. She got a technical knockout this fight.
Right.
They were like, she fixed her gloves. She weighted her gloves. Is what they're saying.
That's interesting.
She's not what she says, and the truth is, she keeps on. Oh yeah, because I'm light years ahead of everybody. There's nobody that can keep up with me. And that little Australian girl, she just said, "Oh, Claressa Shields is so amazing." Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. And now they expose the purse. The little Australian girl, she got $54,000 for that fight, and Claressa cleared $500,000.
$500,000?
Yeah, for that fight.
So she got 10% of what Claressa got. Wow.
Which is giving. She was paid to spar publicly.
Well, I think that's the history of the girl and Claressa. I believe she said that she sparred with her before. The young lady, let me not even say it like that. She's 42 years old. I said, damn, for a 42-year-old out there scrapping, that's commendable. They should at least gave her 6 figures.
She was great. She's great considering she's 42 years old. But the thing is,
yeah,
she's 10 years older than Claressa. Why does Claressa keep fighting these real old bitches?
Well, who's the one that Claressa is running from?
That part.
Ain't it a sister, or is it a white girl?
White girl.
White girl. Yeah, it was white girl.
Like, you got her fighting all these old bitches. They ain't got no female boxers, and it's funny because everybody over there from Jake Paul is who she should be fighting.
Yeah.
True. No smoke, none of them. They win records. Swear to God, they winning. Hell no. Which one was Steven and Django? Who is this uppity nigga on that neck?
The one who Samuel L. Jackson played.
No, Calvin, no. Looking ass. All those fights were fixed as far as I'm concerned. Like, they don't even have the audacity. No, what was crazy is that people weren't there for the fight. People were there for the event.
No, they were.
They were part of the spectacle. They weren't there for the fight.
And all this went down in
Atlanta.
Was it Atlanta? Oh, okay.
Don't forget, Zeus was in town. And let's not forget Sydney Starr.
That's the Sydney Starr. Yeah, see.
And Sydney Starr was there on behalf of Zeus.
And that's what I want you. Look, walk it slow, because the points that you were making, don't rush to them. But you've hit the nail on the head, and I was like, wow. So, peep where she's going with this, y'all. Sydney Starr was there for a Zeus event when she ended up getting arrested some weeks back. And we do have this Zeus event, and no mention of Sydney, no, they're like they are just like, hey, we ain't got nothing to do. That's why I want you to, speak on it the way you're going to speak on it, because man,
That's who she really ought to be fighting, Alicia Baumgardner.
okay, and who is that?
She's with Aiden Ross. I mean, not Aiden Ross. She's with Jake Paul's company. She's the one
Okay.
Claressa hit in the head at the event and got, banned from all MVP events. That was the one.
Wow.
Which is funny because they wanted to sign Claressa, and then Pap stepped in and rerouted her to Win Records, where everybody's properties are on a lien.
I'm about to just come with my own belt. I'm about to have a National Hood Ninja bout. It's gonna be, we just gonna have, it's not gonna be like bum fights. It's gonna be like every hood from Watts to Washington to New York to Philadelphia, Texas. I'm gonna have all of.
No.
We should do that, Jack. We should have our own league of just like hood ninjas, right?
Listen
And
to me. If we're gonna do that, the first fight had to be JJ Icefish versus 50 Tyson. Because in my opinion, that's what this Ray J Orlando Brown fight is giving. 50 Tyson versus JJ Icefish.
Ice JJ Fish versus 50 Tyson is the perfect example, or the perfect side by side. Orlando and Ray J. You're right.
That's what it was
Black
given. Somebody
Black Homestead said Kimbo Slack. No, I did a song for Kimbo before he passed. Never Give Up. I did a song for him, but that almost got me signed, but I wasn't going to sign anything. But this was back in like 08, 09. Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice. Good dude.
Lord have mercy. Salute, Kenza. I'm telling you, it's see, this is the other side of the game that I don't think anybody's peeping. Lemmy Plummer's connection to Diddy, their closeness, their friendship. Ever since Diddy got arrested and the charges that fell down on him for the human teleporting and the RICO, Lemmy Plummer has been under fire and heavy scrutiny. He's been being watched. Matter of fact, he's had all kinds of accusations pop out against him for what? Human teleporting and RICO behavior. Let's not forget all of that stuff that just happened between him and Jocelyn. Jocelyn came forward talking all that she was talking about, yo, he's trying to take me out. And then all of a sudden they come and do this weird press release and all of that. So I want people to understand, what is Zeus known for more than anything? These ridiculous fights. Like, it's literally Jerry Springer, the Jerry Springer network, when you really think about it, without the final thought and in cheek comments and remarks. So
wow.
When you look at it seriously, that's what Zeus does. Like, it's just all about people fighting, people being ignorant, people being rude and fighting. Look, they had two baddies in the daggone match. Big Lex versus Krishan Rock's sister Tasiki. And guess what? They're saying that they asked Tasiki to throw the fight so Lex could win.
So is that what happened? So I was going to ask you who won that, because I'm not aware.
Lex won.
Oh wow. Okay.
Weird. And Tasiki wasn't fighting. Krishan was literally sitting there sparring with the television, telling us, come on, man, you got a jab. Like, Tasiki was holding back. That's clear. So I guess they're doing it because I don't think anybody's paying attention. There's 3 things that go in tight alignment with the boxing world: human teleporting, money washing, and the third, betting. You remember that fight that Ray J just had with Rain Bet? What was the word? They
Yeah,
made major bets down on Ray J to win, even though everybody knew Ray J couldn't beat that super high fire dude. So, question is, I wonder what the betting money was looking like on Big Lex, because everybody thought Tasiki was going to win. Everybody knew what's her name? Claressa was going to win. Of course, they had to put this fight in there for Ray J to get some kind of win on the record to try to take the sting away from how he literally gave it up that they were fixing the fight with him and Super High Fire. So, of course, they had to put this together. And then they give him somebody that they knew wouldn't do him no harm. Look at who they put in the ring. So they already had 2 fights that we already knew what the outcome was going to be. But the Big Lex and the Tasiki fight, that would have been the fight to fix. That would have been the fight to fix. I wonder how much money, what was the points in that fight for betting?
Yeah, you make a lot of interesting points because, like, the way I mean, you grow up, you think a lot of stuff be above board, but a lot of times you already know there's all types of trickery and stuff that goes on,
Not in boxing.
especially sporting.
I know
Yeah, of
boxing,
course.
the boxing world for the most part is all fixed. It's all fixed. So that's why when you actually see a real fight with 2 pure fighters in the ring, that's why it's such a big deal. Because it really is rare. So the question is, what was in bets looking like regarding this Zeus event? I wonder how much money Rain Bet had moving around on this Zeus fight. Speaking of Rain Bet, how is it that with a network like Zeus that's known for their weirdo street fighting and all of that, why is it that Aiden Ross got into organized fighting before Zeus thought to?
Well, they're probably, see, you know how they're all in competition with each other. I'm sure there was some rumblings of word, and they, Aiden was making that move, and then Lemmy said, "Oh well, let me do it too." Bro.
I mean, was it that? Or was it that he was being looked at for possible trafficking charges?
Yeah.
As charges. And they needed to switch up the format of how they're getting money. So he decided to diversify his fighting catalog, follow behind Aiden Ross, and then they would be able to do all of the money washing through the bets on a fight and keep people from looking at the possible trafficking that they got going on still, allegedly. Because you want to know who I swore to God I was going to see bopping around and doing something at this fight? Natalie Nunn.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, well, I wasn't peeping like that, but I'm gonna tell you.
Natalie Nunn.
Everybody
Let's
on
be
the
real.
streets, we know.
Natalie,
We know.
Natalie Nunn was working with Sydney Starr. Like, I think Zeus is trying to find a way to CYA and using organized fights to cover up what they really got going on. That's what I think. And still, nobody from Zeus has said a word about Sydney Starr. It's crazy. No, it's on Zeus. You got to buy the Zeus app, and I don't suggest you do it because honestly, anybody who's investing in that app is funding. It is funding human trafficking, in my opinion. Zeus needs to be shut down, but guess what? I don't think that's going to happen because Zeus, for right now, if they can get more into music, they can easily take over where BET is and BET not be missed. Or am I tripping? I don't think I am, but it's straight brain rot. It really is. Yeah. Well, you would have to buy it. You got to pay for it. So it's an app that you download and you have to pay for the content that they have on there. They were kind of like trying to fashion themselves as the black Netflix. And instead it's just black exploitation. With a lot of just debauchery and cruelty.
I mean, what content? What real content besides like baddies north, baddies south, this, that? Like, what else do they have?
I mean, Krishan and Blueface and Jocelyn, she ain't doing her thing over there no more. She's trying to get her own thing off the ground. I think they're gonna sabotage her network and shut her all the way down and force her to come back. Personally, in my opinion, it's a Black Homestead. It usually is that way. The second that we sell one of our entities to not like us, it usually all goes to shit. It's just like, look, the name does say it all. The name does say it all. I think they're trying to avoid a lot. And I think they're using they're using Claressa Shields as a diversion. And I think she's so stupid and so desperate to be protected that she was just willing to go along with it. She should have went with Jake Paul. She should have. And they slid Pap in there. They slid little paprika in there. He sprinkled his little seasoning. And now she's stuck. And they're trying to make this shit look good. It's just it's a mess. So yeah, I give that whole event 4 thumbs down. I wish I had more hands. I'd give it 6 thumbs down. But there is definitely something nasty and really, 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 really seedy going on beneath all of this. Like, this is bread and circus all day long. And I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over these diversions. I'm over these distractions. But the truth is, until we stop paying attention to it as a people, it's just going to keep on going. Like, YouTube single-handedly almost made this event impossible to ignore. Like the algorithms on Saturday, it was all Zeus, all Zeus, all Zeus, all Zeus, all this fight, all this fight, all Zeus, all Zeus. And then come off of that, and you got Krishan Rock and Blueface allegedly, well, not allegedly, because it was called in. There was a 911 call. There was some kind of firearm exchange where shots was fired at the baby shower for the girl Nevaeh, and him and Krishan Rock was outside fighting like men. And apparently they said Blueface was putting his hands on women, and then Krishan came in to finish it off, to make it look like he wasn't doing nothing. Like it's insane.
Wow.
Straight demon time. And Krishan is just sitting here just trying to create all kind of spectacle, and every spectacle that she possibly can, to avoid the fact that she's actively being investigated for the unalivement of Ronnie Doe, who allegedly is the father of her child, who she just got handed papers from CPS over. Can you believe somebody actually had the audacity to try to compare me to Krishan Rock? And all I can say to that is, you wonder why they call you maggot. Because you ain't no different than a maggot, crawling all over a bunch of shit, running your mouth, worrying about what's in somebody else's pocket. I can't stand when bitches get new wigs and put on a little bit of makeup and think they something special. You want to know what's funny?
You can put a wig. You can put a wig on a pig, but
she was sitting there worried about who was talking about her titties, and I'm telling you something, Orlando Brown titties look better than hers. Weird bitch. I'm like, how you gonna compare me to Krishan Rock? Talking about I'm trying to avoid this and I'm trying to avoid that. And you wonder why you alone and you ain't got nobody, and all you got is YouTube, and you hang around a bunch of fucking crash test dummies. Been better off sticking over there with Atwood. Talking about the royal family. But you know, people gonna do what they gotta do. I just love it. I can't believe they call me maggot. I'm a person. They call me maggot. But you like to sit around and you like to talk a whole bunch of shit about people who don't know you. Shut the fuck up and take it like a G. You want to run your fucking mouth? Well then, bitch, that is what it is. People was really, really, really upset with my little sit down with Sammy. I see. And guess what? They can continue to be upset. I really don't give a shit. It's just as much distraction with this as this fight was. So, you know, like, I know. But I am about to start weighing in about this conversation with Krishan, because there's something really, really wrong. But I'm not going to be talking about it on YouTube. Y'all holler at me over at Kick. We gonna have some real conversations about Krishan Rock, because yeah, I find something. Odd is going on, and they're sitting here trying to ramp up the chaos so they can all have a big payday when she completely crash out. And there's a child involved, a special needs child involved. Yeah. And that's really all. Pray for JR. Pray for Junior. Pray for him. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that he's in the state that he's in, so he doesn't have to pay too much attention to what's happening around him. Because the truth is, it's gotta be an absolutely chaotic and traumatic environment. But he's in his own little protective bubble. So I mean, I think that's good to a certain extent. I do. But can you believe that somebody had the audacity to say, so what did this maggot bitch say? She started talking about how there's something wrong with my child, like there's something wrong with Krishan Rock's child because of my parent.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, she got nerve. She got nerve. You know what? Y'all already know. I'm not gonna say nothing.
No, because that's what she wants. She wants some interaction because she's jealous that I was sitting with Sammy. And all I can say is, when you're 30-something years old, you have no man, clearly you're infertile and you can't have children. You should probably shut the fuck up. Like, whether or not you can't get pregnant or a man doesn't want to get you pregnant, God has said no to you reproducing. Like, I have no idea what the fuck was wrong with her parents, but clearly something was wrong with those people. I guess that's probably why they all sick and down bad and broken down, and she got a pimp what little bit that she got left of her mind to take care of these old people that's on the verge of dying. Like, rather than worrying about other people's kids, you should be worried about spending the last little bit of time that you have with your half dead parents. Or are you doing all of this so that the people that was after you 2 years ago don't run up into the hospital and exploit your family any more than they already have? Like, there's one thing that I can't stand is a punk bitch who's so afraid of really, really, really being tested that she just jump on the bandwagon with the goofy shit. I did. No, don't call me maggot. I'm a person. No, you're not. You a goofy asshole.
She compared them calling her maggot to slavery.
Yeah, she tried that. Like, please. Your family.
I see a meme coming. Toby. Your name Toby.
Her family had slaves. That's the funny thing about it that she ain't talking to nobody about. Her family, they had slaves. Ain't nothing worse than just a fake ass motherfucker. Fake as shit. But that's what she wants. She wants somebody to talk about her. Because she's irrelevant and her channel's fucking dying. And don't nobody want to be around her. And I can see why. She a goofy fucking stupid ass motherfucker. I wish I had never wasted any time on her. Fuck Sean Atwood. All he brought into my life is a bunch of bullshit. Man. I'm telling you. Her parents, they had to be awful fucking terrible people to fucking spawn that piece of shit. Hopefully they be up out of here fucking soon and then she can have more time to sit online and do fucking nothing. She can't be much of a caretaker as much as she be online. They probably sitting around there rolling around in they filth, waiting for somebody to come change them. While she busy talking about other people. Family. Ain't got no family of her own. No husband, no kids. You gotta be real just miserable. Well, good luck to her. And her new wig. And, you know, keep crawling all over shit. And maybe one day you'll turn into a fly. Because that's what maggots do. And you know what they say about flies. Niggas and flies, I do despise. And the more time I spend with niggas, the more I appreciate flies. I promise you I do. But yeah. So anyway, we're gonna get ready to get into this last bit of conversation. Yeah, some people don't know how to let go of things. They, I mean, but that's probably why she ain't got no man. Cause somebody, she don't know how to say goodbye. I wonder if she got restraining orders on her. Well, no, she had that NDA because she played victim, allegedly screwing that man at her job. What's this last bit of conversation? Oh, now I was busy doing a lot of research, so can you bring me up to speed on where we are with the trial so far?
Yeah, I sure can. Give me about give me 30 seconds. I got you.
Absolutely. So you guys know the Keefe D trial for the unalivement of Tupac Shakur is officially underway this week. This is week 1 of a projected 5 weeks. So we will be tapping in and out of this conversation. We will be giving you the main highlights, and then at the end of every week, probably during the weekend wrap up, we'll be giving you a full synopsis of what the week is looking like and projecting where it's headed. There's a lot of conversation that a lot of people won't be able to have because they just really don't have, some of the intimate knowledge that we do. So please stay tuned for the commentary that we have regarding this trial. But apparently, Reggie Wright Jr., heavy emphasis on the junior, he was on the stand. I guess he rolled up.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'll roll up. Like JR.
Yeah. He needs some, you know what? I should send him some DW-40 to the courthouse.
Well, you definitely want to do that because according to some people, they were calling him a whole ass rat for all the squealing that he was doing. But I mean, let me get back on the Reggie Wright situation later. But I think this is day 2. We got day 1 and day 2, and let me tell you pretty much what's the word around town when it comes to this whole case. So Mob James, he's allegedly a blood, because I'm not gonna put no moniker on nobody, but you know how they do. But they say Mob James contradicted some stuff on the stand that Reggie Wright had said. So Mob James is making some statements, and he said Reggie Wright Jr. wasn't at a particular place, and Reggie Wright is saying it was him, but Mob James saying is Reggie Wright Sr. But the kicker also is Reggie Wright gets on the stand and he just gets to talking. He's talking. It seems like he you answer questions with yes or no. So Reggie Motormouth Wright was giving TPD's attorney more than what he had needed when it came to the answers, in all honesty, because Reggie Wright was just talking. It seemed like he just talked his way into helping TPD's case.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's sad. There's a whole lot. Hold on, I'm gonna look because I took some quotes, but it's a whole lot. and I'll get into it. But the killer part also, people in the court were kind of low key. There's rumblings that KPD's attorney is paid for by Diddy.
Huh. Well, that would be a smart play. That would be a very smart play for Diddy to make sure that his name don't get thrown into the mix at all.
Yeah. And yeah, you got someone who says, Orlando story debunked on the first day. I was going to bring that up because Orlando Anderson getting stomped out and his shoulder being dislocated. How would he be able to hold up a pow to go later that evening bust at Pac?
He wouldn't have been
And
able
one
to
of
do
the
it.
and one of the attorneys did say the person who did the powing had on some particular clothing. See, that's what I was supposed to have done. I was supposed to look up what was Orlando wearing, because a lot of stuff that they're saying in this trial,
It's not adding up.
it's not adding up. And then a lot of stuff, look, one of the women who was in the car for that night, during that night when they saw Suge and Pac in the car, there's always been this whole story that Reggie Wright says that these girls were screaming, "Oh my God, Pac!"
Yeah.
And that's when they found that's where Pac was, and that's when they went to go bust on him. But that ain't true, because the witness who was there in the car, she said one of her friends knew Suge, and they were just kind of like, he just kind of saw her and was like, "Hey, what's up?" And she was like, "Hey, what's up? Where y'all going?" And Suge was like, just talking to a regular. There was no, "Oh my God, Pac's in the car." They didn't even really see Pac. So it looks like, in my opinion, Keefe D, in his defense, the chat was clowning. They were calling him the "My Cousin Vinny" lawyer. He's doing a damn. I mean, Diddy got his money worth. I mean, my bad. Did I say that? But the guy is doing a good job, and well, yeah, right, allegedly. The guy is doing a good job at just punching holes through their whole story so far. It's wild though. It's wild. But yeah, Reggie Wright rolled up today, and I think he did a dumb. I thought Keefe D was dumb. I thought the D for D in Keefe D was dumb. Reggie Wright is. I've been gave him the wrong. I've been saying Reggie Wright was wrong. He's wrong. He's really wrong. Your boy is wrong. Reggie wrong.
I tell you what. At the end of the day, we all know whatever is happening ain't nowhere near the truth. The diddler, they gonna make sure they sweep all of this under the rug. I wouldn't be surprised if they tank this case just to make sure that Tupac's demise is never solved.
For me, I think that's honestly the objective with what's going on, because Keefe D used to run around the hood like a badge of honor, because he was able to tell that hood story. Like, yeah, I'm the one that, and he, I think Keefe D's always been lying. And
yeah, I've been saying this all along.
Yeah. but he's been running with this whole story, like, yeah, well, okay, I did it, and then it gives him a hood pass, and then I think some higher ups, because the thing is y'all gotta play to see what the game really is. It's not, these so-called shot callers ain't calling no damn shots. I said it on my channel, y'all. I was at Compton High that very year when Pac was unalive, and a few months later, we were hearing like, yo, Biggie is around the corner, because Southside Compton Crip Hood is around the corner from Compton High. And we were like, what? They were like, yeah, Biggie is around the corner. He kicking it in Compton. That was very strange. So the whole Compton
Almost as strange as it was.
with
It as
Puffy.
strange as I'm sorry, you were saying you were breaking up. I couldn't
Yeah.
hear you.
No. Yeah, I was saying it's very strange, but it's starting to make me think, and I'm able to put two and two together on a few things right now. And Keefe D obviously is the fall guy, or he was set to be the fall guy, and there's bigger hands at play. I don't think it was just. I mean, I'll say it. Allegedly, let's just say allegedly. I think. Well, I ain't gonna say it, but we kind of could figure who had their hand in the whole, who was really involved, and it's deeper than what people want to, what this trial will even say, because KPD really should just tell. He should really say who really did it. He knows.
He's not going to do that.
But he's not. He's not going to do it. And that profit deal, I think that was bullshit.
Well, I mean, the profit deal, it was a setup to make sure that he worked for them. That's what the profit deal, in my opinion, was all about. It was to make sure that he was working the agenda and telling the stories that the authorities wanted him to tell. You know, I think what's really going to be most interesting about this trial, or what I hope happens, I hope that it exposes Suge Knight for the errand boy he actually is, because he was never no boss.
No, he wasn't.
He was a hip hop baby.
He was a do boy.
He was
a
hip
do boy.
And Keefe D, he's just a fool that fell asleep in the getaway car. And he gonna keep on lying, because that's what he does. He lies. But he's lying to protect himself from something else. And Reggie, Reggie is probably the biggest Uncle Tom that we've seen in Black history in the past 40 years.
I mean, you really got to listen and break down what he was saying on the stand, because remember I was talking to you and I was like, oh snap, Reggie Wright is on the stand, and it was the defense, prosecution talks, it was very, I ain't gonna say it was brief, but it wasn't brief, but it was like, you really got to break it down, and he just contradicted himself on so many levels, and he was just talking too much and giving too much information.
Which is stupid, because he's a cop and he knows better than that. He's a cop and he knows better than that. That's what
he's doing that on purpose. He's doing that on purpose, yeah.
As a cop, he knows. Like, cops know better. They're coached. They're trained on how to get on the stand. They're trained on how to either protect the case or how to wreck a case. If he was running his mouth, the fix is in. Nobody wants to know who killed Tupac, or at least nobody wants the public to know.
Nah, I got a general idea. I think maybe we'll discuss it once we're done with, because this trial is going to be going for at least another month. And just me listening every day is just I'm breaking stuff down, and it just gives me a new perspective on a lot of things. But yeah, the people on the court were low key saying Puffy paid for PPD's attorney allegedly.
If that's
This is
the
what they were
case,
saying in the court.
if he paid for Keefe D's attorney after all of this time, the fix is in.
And I want y'all to pay attention. Who paid for Pop's family attorney? Who paid?
Rock
Y'all,
Nation.
I want y'all to pay attention. Like it's deep. It's deep, y'all.
If Puffy paid for Keefe D's lawyer and the Jigga Man, who we know got Quinn Emanuel to represent the Shakur family pro bono, it's everything that I said it was. The fix is in. Thing 1 and thing 2. Sean Combs and Sean Carter, SC and SC. Suck ass cuckolds. Working this thing the whole time. Yeah. I can't wait for the weekend wrap up. We got a lot of stuff to look into.
Oh yeah, no, we're just touching scratching the surface in all honesty, because even with this case, there's gonna be so much more. I think I'm gonna focus on exactly that, like with this case, as far as like what's really going on, the contradictions, what see, 30 years, people forget certain stuff. And they're not mentioning certain people.
And guess what? Certain people get paid to forget certain stuff. And certain people get paid to remember things that might not have actually happened. This is bullshit. And I knew it. Well, guys, that's our Tuesday talk. We got a lot of stuff to discuss this week. I think the weekend wrap up is going to be real interesting. We got a lot of things to look into and check into by Friday. So you guys make sure that when you see it scheduled, your notifications is on. Make sure you hit that like button as early as possible. As soon as the weekend wrap up is posted, make sure you're able to get in there. No, guys, thank you for coming here, for being here, and thank you. Have a good night. And replay gang, please make sure you hit that like and get us to 1,000 likes. We appreciate that. We need all of the help we can to stay present in the algorithm. There's so much distraction going on out there. Well, guys, on behalf of myself, Wolfgang Amadeus for Set in the West, it's been another productive Tuesday talk.
Yep.
We'll see you this weekend for the weekend wrap up. Oh, wait a
We'll see
second.
the patrons tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we
Hold
got
on, you gotta let me know.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we're gonna finish it up and let everyone know.
Yes, tomorrow is Patreon. You know, we'll also be over there at Kick for us finishing our watch party and review of EDP, The Sick Mind of EDP 445, the documentary. We will be finishing that up, and we're going to be having our open panel. So, guys, you know, if you want to talk about what's going on with that whole situation, you want to make sure that you show up. And of course, it will be available for our members over at Patreon once we're finished broadcasting. I just wanted to say hey and welcome to the new members, Lady Geo, Princess. Great to have you here. Welcome to Jag Nation. Kaye, we want to thank you for the gift. Hierophant, we want to thank you for the gifts. Oh, you came in at Dr. Jacko, reing up on the membership. Thank you so much. QB, thank you for the gifts. We have Alexis Janae, thank you. Alia, appreciate you. Kenzen, you went crazy today. We got nothing but love for you, baby. Thank you so much. Oh, we had a super chat in here. I didn't even realize. It says, rumor has it that she was talking about James Blunt in her book. He just released a little person snatching cannibalistic music video the day she passed away, I believe.
Wow.
Go look. Called Your Skin Tastes Like Summer. Oh wow. That's disturbing as shit. Thank you so much for the super chat and the word. Oh, see, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to look into. It's getting wild out here in these streets. Good habits. Thank you so much. Epiphany, appreciate you. Oh, wow. Epiphany, much love to you. Kenzen going crazy. Hold on a second. Who else do we got in here? We got Roberto. Wait a minute. We had another super chat. Totally missed this one. We got admin on deck. Admin says, thank you so much for the super chat. I hope that boyfriend of Hayden wasn't her handler. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. And honestly, that's how it feels like to me. She passed away from, they're trying to make it seem like she OD, but there was Narcan there and nobody could bring her back. That's wild.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right. Jag and Set in the West opened my eyes to Hollywood handlers. That's crazy. Entertainment industry is a scary place. It sure is, admin. It really can be. Salute to you. Okay, we got Sherry Horton came through with the jewels. Appreciate you, Mirna Sanchez. Nguyen, thank you so much. Appreciate you for the jewels. Kate Sharp, thank you for keeping us sharp. Susan, appreciate you. Thank you for the jewels. We have Zara. Zara came in doing her thing. And once again, Alia, appreciate you. Thank you so much for everybody who contributed to the platform today. Thank you for everything that you have going on. To our wonderful moderators, Archangel Michael, Auntie Leah, we didn't see her tonight, but appreciate you. To everybody over there at Kick, keep kicking it. We'll see y'all for tomorrow's Wednesday.
And Patreons, we got the EDP part 1 is up. So that's already up. And let me set up part 2. I'll do that after this. Yeah, we're ready.
And remember, don't believe the hype. If it doesn't make any sense, follow the money. And it really doesn't matter what man says. He can say yes all he wants. If God says no, then that's just how it go. All right, guys. We can wrap up back here on YouTube. We'll see you soon. Peace.